Hey guys, welcome back to another video on My Wealthy Ways. My name is Mandy and I hope you're having a great day. I don't know about you, but retiring early is something I definitely focus on. With early retirement, you can do things you want to do when you want to do them, and that's my dream. In today's video, I'm super excited to share with you 5 tips, some of which I've personally already done and others in which I'm in the process of doing to help me to retire early. Continue watching to see what they are and hope you find them useful. On this channel, I am going to be giving you tips and suggestions on how to gain financial freedom. So please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Let's go ahead and jump into the tips I'm using to help me retire early. I have to say, I wish I had started following these tips when I was younger. Number 1, get out of bad debt. What is considered bad debt? If debt isn't making you money, then it's probably bad. This could be an auto loan on a fancy car you don't necessarily need, or making the minimum payment on a credit card with a high interest rates on things that you bought that you don't really need. While we are on the topic of high interest credit cards, if you are paying anything above a 5% interest rate on a credit card or any other kind of loan, you want to try to pay it off as soon as possible. But keep in mind, not all debt is bad. There is good debt. If your debt is making you more money than it is costing you, then you can consider that good debt. Let me give you an example. If you have a rental house with a low interest mortgage and your mortgage payment is, let's say, $900, and you are able to rent it out for $1,200, then your tenants are paying the mortgage and you are making a profit. The key is to use your debt correctly, and using debt incorrectly can potentially have major negative impacts on your life. Try to stay out of bad debt. Number 2, create a second source of income. This should be in addition to your main source of income. There are many different ways to create a second source of income. You could invest in real estate, the stock market. You could start your own business, work a part-time job, and there is always YouTube. With all the options that are out there, the key is to figure out what you enjoy the most, then put a great effort into making sure you succeed with it. Number 3, make adjustments to your budget and save. If you want to retire early, you're going to have to make some changes to your budget and focus on saving. A lot of people who want to retire early aim to live on 50% of their income. The other 50% goes into savings or is invested. Here is a great approach I've found on saving money. Make a list of all your mandatory expenses. This includes your housing, food, insurance, transportation, or anything else that is required for you to live day to day. This will give you the baseline to create your budget. Next, make a list of expenses that you want to have but don't necessarily need to have. This could be going out to dinner multiple times a week or a gym membership. After making the 2 lists I just mentioned, find ways to cut back. This could be eating at home more, or if you live close to stores or work, walk instead of driving. If you have an expensive car payment, think about getting a cheaper car. Once you start thinking of ways to cut back, you may realize there are quite a few ways that you can start saving, and it all adds up. If you were able to find some extra cash by going through the exercise I just covered, one thing I would recommend doing is take the money you save from every paycheck or every month and put it into a savings account or invest it right away. If you keep it where you can see it, you might be tempted to spend it on something you don't need. Number 4, create a mock retirement budget. A key to retiring early is knowing how much money you are going to need. Before you do any calculations or estimates, you need to decide what kind of lifestyle you want during retirement. Do you want to travel? Do you want to live on the beach? Your overall lifestyle will determine your budget. The good news is by the time you retire, you are probably going to be used to living on a budget. To create a mock retirement budget, you can use a website focused on that, or you can take a look at your current monthly spending. Consider what things could go up in cost, what things could go down in cost, and what things could be added or eliminated. Add your final monthly expense estimates up and multiply them by 12. This will give you your annual retirement needs. You may want to consider increasing it by 15 to 20% so you have some extra money just in case. 2 things you do not want to forget about when you're budgeting is taxes and healthcare. For instance, if you get your healthcare through work now, make sure you research how much you will have to pay out of pocket to maintain the coverage that you need. And number 5, by the age of 30, you should have 1.5 years of your expenses invested. If you are spending $2,500 a month in rent, car payment, utility, food, and anything else that comes along with day-to-day living, you should aim to have $45,000 invested. By aiming to invest 18 months of your expenses, you are going to be putting yourself in a great position financially. You won't have to worry as much about market downturns, and you can rest easy knowing that even in the worst case scenarios, you're going to have your overhead expenses taken care of for quite a long time. Okay, so today I shared with you some tips I am personally doing to try to achieve early retirement and be financially comfortable. Everyone is going to be on their own individual path, and some people are going to be able to save more money than others. Hopefully, you are already or soon will be on the path to early retirement and enjoying your life. I want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Everything we are talking about in this video is my own personal opinion and things I am doing in my own life. Please do your own research and see if any of these suggestions will work for you. Please like this video if you found it useful, and I greatly appreciate it. I will have the links to the gear I used to record this video in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comments below. Bye! Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you working? Move! Why aren't you working? I was so close.